Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video that got requested to me by one of you guys. And I've got my handy dandy computer that definitely needs to be cleaned, ignore her. But they said, can you do a video straight up on how to help yourself feel feelings or something similar? Hearing people's different ways of doing this is honestly so helpful. And when I read that, I screenshotted it and I didn't have an answer immediately, but I knew that it was a video that I wanted to eventually do. And here we are a couple days later. I was driving, listening to music, and it hit me like, hello, this is what you do to feel your feelings. And I know that's not me uncovering the greatest secret of all time. I know a lot of people listen to music to feel out their emotions, and I figured I'd share my process because, for one, it would be therapeutic for me, and like the comment suggested, it could be helpful for other people as well. And before we get into feeling our feelings, I wanted to thank BetterHelp so much for sponsoring this video. I seriously couldn't think of a better video to put them in because therapists always say to feel your feelings, so I know they would be proud. If you think you might be feeling depressed, stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, BetterHelp is here to help. My mental health journey has been an absolute roller coaster in the past couple years, and I can't be a bigger advocate to seek help and talk to somebody. It really did save my life. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience. There is a broad range in BetterHelp's expertise of 20,000 plus therapist networks that give you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with a therapist in 48 hours. Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions, plus you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. Creative writing is something that I've already always had an interest in, but Katie, my therapist, took that and ran with it and used it as a tool to actually help feel my emotions. So she mixed something that I actually enjoy doing to help me process things that needed to be processed. Connecting with your therapist is something that is super important and that I thankfully was able to do. But if you need to, you can always request a new therapist at no additional charge, at literally any time. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist, and get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp. So thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this, and now let's get to the video. There's just something about finding a song that really hits exactly what you are going through or have gone through in life, and to feel that passion from another human being, for one, tells you that you're not alone. And for me personally, listening to a song actually helps me work through a lot of my emotions and helps me figure out things about myself that I really don't think I would have if I didn't listen to that song. Because it is really crazy how one line of a song can evoke so many different emotions from you. And once you start leaning into one emotion, it's like it spirals out into another emotion. And by the end of it, I'm like, oh, that's why I reacted that way. And the crazy thing is, the song doesn't even have to say it. It's not like the song has these magic answers, but leaning into those emotions just help you process and feel those emotions, which is what every therapist tells you to do. But I feel like a lot of us don't know what that means, because what does it actually mean to feel your feelings? And why is that going to make me feel better? Like, that feeling is sad. Why do I want to lean into that sad feeling? And it's because when you give yourself the opportunity to validate those emotions, it's easier to overcome them. I feel like throughout my life, I've come up with so many different coping mechanisms to avoid feeling my feelings. It's like, here's my feelings, I'd go, boop, nope. And I learned you just gotta go through it. It's like that one scene in Finding Nemo when they were telling Dory to go through and she was going over.
Swim through it, not over it.
Come on, we're gonna swim over this thing.
Whoa, whoa, partner. Little red flag going up.
I kept going over the emotions, and come to find out, to really get over them and to process them, you gotta just push through and go through it. I'm gonna get spiritual for a second, like I always do, sorry. I really feel like the universe throws music into my life at the exact time that I need to listen to it, which, side note, that is why I love Billie Eilish so much, because she's always released songs that have related so much to my life right at the time that I'm experiencing it. Anyway, I really do believe that is the universe speaking to you, especially when a song will get stuck in my head. It always happens to be the ones that I really need to listen to, and it's just really therapeutic. Anyway, back to what we're doing today. The strategy that I use is analyzing songs. And so what I want to do is read through this song with you, and I want to break down each line and relate it back to my life and how it helped me process things. And what I think is beautiful about music is you could read the same exact lines and relate it to your life in such a different way. Music is just so healing for everyone. Before we get into it, I also wanted to tell you guys to please comment what lines stuck out to you and why. How can you relate that back to your life if you feel comfortable comfortable sharing. I would love to create a community down here, also because I just love analyzing song lyrics and seeing how it impacts other people. But I also think it could just be really helpful because whatever you guys can't relate with me, you might be able to relate with somebody else down in the comments. Anyway, we're bringing back the dirty computer and I am gonna read the lyrics right here. This is also a topic I haven't touched a lot, or I don't think I've actually touched on it at all on my channel, and I'm only going to go into as much as I feel comfortable. We're dipping our toes in the vulnerability, okay? So the song is titled RITF and it's by Sid B. I heard this on my Discover Weekly, and it's funny because it was one of those songs when I first heard it, I didn't fully immerse myself in the lyrics and I added it, but I wasn't like hooked immediately until it got stuck in my head. And the funny thing is I wasn't even realizing the lyrics that I was singing. By the way, that's an ADHD thing. I could listen to a song for years and not know the lyrics until I actually look up the lyrics. And so I was singing the song and I was like, wait, that's true. And I was like, wait, let me go look up the lyrics to this. I want to dive deeper, and I'm so glad that I did. It definitely hit home. And now I've been listening to it on repeat for about a week, and I get like this. It annoys so many people. I will get stuck on a song and that's like the only song that I could listen to, and I will obsessively listen to it too. So that's fun. I love feeling my feelings. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Let's get to the lyrics. So to give an overview, what this song means to me is overcoming generational trauma and trying to break the cycle, and how hard that truly is. So she starts off saying related, how you figure, fancy cars, it's like you made it. And this is the first line that stuck out to me, where it reads, damn, you're angry, you're never changing, you never tried to. And I feel like a lot of people can probably relate to this, especially just as a generation. Our generation is so open to learning about mental health, and unfortunately society hasn't always been on board with that. And so our parents look at mental health, I think, extremely differently. And obviously I'm not talking for everyone, but a big majority in my experience has a hard time admitting when they're wrong and when they need to get help. Our generation is breaking a lot of cycles, and for a lot of us, I think it's safe to say that we are some of the first ones in our family to try to seek out some of that care. So yeah, when I read the line, you're never changing, you never try to, I think of years and years of dysfunction without making any steps to try to improve that. The next line is another line that sticks out, which is, damn, I'm like you. And then she goes on to say, you. She says it a lot nicer than that, I promise. Then she says it again, damn, I'm like you. You. And I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with when you are trying to break the cycle, because it's not an easy task to accomplish. It's incredibly easy to fall back into that mindset of, damn, I'm just like you. And for me, reading this line, it's like having the angel and the devil on your shoulder, and the little devil is whispering in your ear like, damn, you're just like them. And even though that's not necessarily the case, again, it's really easy to slip into those negative thoughts, having a lot of self-doubt and questioning how far you've actually come. And obviously for anybody that has experienced childhood trauma to any degree, that's the last thing that you want to be, is like the person who caused it. And it's rough because obviously when you are being raised by that person, you more than likely are going to have a lot of characteristics from them. And it's really hard distinguishing whether I am just being too hard on myself because of the way my thought patterns are, or if I really am falling into the same path that they went down, which I want so badly to avoid. So yeah, that's what I mean. It's crazy. Like, that line literally just says, damn, I'm like you. And I just rambled for however long telling you how it made me think of this and this and this. And just even talking about it helps me process so much more. So anyway, the next line reads, lately been thinking forgiveness is reaching its ceiling. When I heard this, I wasn't sure if this was a saying and if it meant something completely different. However, when I hear this, to me, reaching the ceiling is something that is really difficult to do. You don't just reach the ceiling, especially I'm 5'2". I'm not reaching any ceilings. It's hard to do. So to me, reading this, it's saying forgiveness is really hard. Again, I think that's something we can all relate to at some time or another. This is something I personally struggle with heavy because I do hold a lot of resentment for a lot of things that have happened in the past. That's something that I'm still trying to work through. Forgiveness is hard. Forgiveness can feel like trying to reach a ceiling. And the next line broke me. It reads, you never gave me the tools I could use for this healing. And that's just such a powerful line. I feel like that's also probably a reason why I do hold so much resentment for things in the past. And honestly, I could relate this line to so many different things in so many different ways in my life. You know, as a child, your parents are supposed to be the ones guiding you and giving the tools that you need in life to be successful. And so I do feel like I missed out on some of those life lessons and strategies that I could have used as an adult. A lot of these feelings are negative, but that's the feelings that I have, and they are valid, and I just want to say that this is a safe place for all of that. So this isn't me bitching or complaining or throwing a pity party. This is me feeling my feelings, and not all of them are happy all the time, and that's okay. So anyway, the next line says, I'm making the best of the cards in the deck that you handed me. Yet another line that broke me. I've definitely gotten myself in bad situations because of attachment issues I've developed, mental health issues, etc., etc. So this line feels extremely validating in the sense that I really do feel like I am always trying my best, whether I'm making the right decision at the time or not. I feel like I'm making the best of the cards that were dealt to me. It's made me learn a lot of lessons young in life, but I'm figuring it out every step of the way. The next line says, I'm inheriting and it's scaring me. And that hits home again, especially when you are trying to break generational trauma. The last thing you want to do is repeat the cycle. You could be so passionately against something, and even seeing signs of falling into the same patterns is alarming and scary. And then she goes on to say, some things just run in the family. And this goes right back to what I was talking about earlier, where I feel like there's an angel and a devil on the side, and this is the devil whispering in my ear like, well, some things just run in the family, might as well give up. And I just feel like in the song she depicts this emotion really, really well. I don't think she's saying to just give up and say like, oh, some things run in the family. I just think that this is that feeling that everybody feels in their healing journey of defeat, and you have to get past that. So when she says some things just run in the family, I think she's just really feeling that defeat right in that moment, and leaning into that almost feels empowering, where I can say that, let it go, move on, and know that I could continue to try to break the cycle. She continues to say, like your mind, well, you can see it in your daughter to get to leaving all my problems, wish you could solve them. It's not what we do. And that's a feeling I have felt one too many times. And just having that longing for your problems to be solved, but knowing that that's just kind of not what your family does, having all of these issues and just kind of never taking that first step to solve them. And yeah, that is not the rest of the song, but the other lyrics are the lyrics that we basically have already gone over. I really encourage you guys to listen to the song because it is amazing. For me, breaking down a song sometimes honestly feels better than having like an entire cry session. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like when you cry and finally let that emotion out, it feels relieving. That's how I feel when I listen to a song on repeat. So yeah, let me know what you guys do down in the comments to really feel your emotions, or even what your therapist have recommended, anything. Also, if you liked this type of video, let me know down below what subject matters you would like me to cover, because I could throw out so many songs just like this that mean so much to me, and I could break it down and tell you exactly why that means what it means to me. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.